Goals may give focus, but dreams give power. Hi, dear audience, welcome to my channel. In this video, you're going to learn what a sentence is. Next, you're going to learn the parts of a sentence. Dear viewers, try reading the following group of words. My John friend is. Does it make any sense? Will you call this a sentence? No, because it doesn't make any sense. Now, let's rearrange these words and read it out. John is my friend. Does it make sense? Yes, it makes sense. This sentence need not depend on any other word or group of words to make sense. So, we call this a sentence. From this, what do you understand? A sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. Now, let's understand the parts of a sentence. A sentence consists of two parts. One is the subject and the other one is the predicate. Now, let's look at the sentence. John is my friend. In this sentence, we are speaking about the person John. So, John is the subject. Now, let's see another example. Pen is mightier than sword. Here, we are talking about pen. Hence, pen is the subject. Remember, the part which names the person or thing we are speaking about is called the subject of the sentence. And the part which says something about the subject is called the predicate of the sentence. Remember, predicate has verb. I think now you have some understanding about the subject. Now let's go little deeper to understand the subject. Subject can be divided as head word, determiner, adjective and adjective phrase. Now let's look at some examples where the head word is the subject. For example, cows are grazing in the meadow. They are playing. We love ice cream. Lakshmi is reading a novel. The weather is pleasant. She dances. In each of these sentences, we are speaking about somebody or something, right? We have a subject to talk about like cows, they, we, Lakshmi, the weather, she. Hence, all these underlined words are the subject and the rest of the part of the sentence is predicate, right? You might have noticed that the words underlined are either nouns or pronouns. If the main word of the subject is either noun or a pronoun, then that word is said to be the head word. I hope you understand. Now let's see some more examples. A girl is skipping. The children are watching the movie. These books are quite interesting. That boy is my brother. In these sentences, a, the, these and that. These are used along with the head word girl, children, books and boy. Such words are called as determiners. In such sentences, The subject is a girl, the children, these books, that boy. And the remaining part of the sentence, you call them as predicate. Okay. Now let's see some more examples. Smart people make friends easily. Shy people are introverts. Brave soldiers are the pride of a country. Black ants are harmless. In these sentences, smart, shy, brave, black, these are the adjectives. They are describing the nouns here: people, soldiers, ants. So these are the adjectives, right? And here the subject is smart people, shy people, brave soldiers, black ants. Now let's see some more examples. An old man is walking in the park. The white bear is found in polar region. That new villa is my father's. These heavy boxes should be removed. In these sentences, we have used the determiner as well as the adjective. Here you can see an, the, that, these. These are the determiners. Whereas old, white, new, heavy, these are the adjectives that are describing the nouns man, bear, villa, boxes. Right? So here both determiner and adjectives are used. So such you call them as, they are actually qualifying the noun. In such sentences, the subject is an old man. In the next sentence, the white bear is the subject. Here, that new villa is the subject. Here, these heavy boxes. This is the subject. Now let's see some more examples. A man with a dog was crossing the road. Ram with his brother is cleaning his room. The children with their parents were enjoying in the park. In these sentences, with a dog, with his brother, with their parents, these are used with the head word man, Ram, children. These are the head words. So you can see the phrases are used along with the head word. So these words stressed upon the head word, right? So such words you call them as adjective phrases. Now let's learn about the predicate. When something is said about the subject, that is thought to be predicate of the sentence. Predicate, as I already told you, has a verb. Now let's see some examples. Puppies are cute. They are playing football. A book is missing. The boys are shouting. An old woman with a basket is going to the market. Here, remember, the subject and the predicate may contain a single word or of many words. In the first sentence, this is the head word and this is the subject. Whereas, if you see this, are cute, here is the verb and this is the object. So, this part is the predicate. Now, let's see the next sentence. They are playing football. Here you are talking about they. So, this is the subject. And what is that they are doing? It is telling something about the subject. This part is telling something about the subject. So, this you call as the predicate. Here you can see verb. So, in the predicate, definitely there will be a verb, right? Now, let's go to the next one. A book is missing. Here you can see the determiner is used along with the head word. So, this is the subject and the remaining part is the predicate. Now let's go to the next one. The boys are shouting. Here, this is the head word. We are using determiner along with the head word boys. So this is the subject and this part is the predicate. Now let's see the last sentence. An old woman with a basket is going to the market. Here we have used an old determiner. Then we have also used adjective along with the head word. And this is the adjective phrase with a basket. So this whole part is the subject and is going to the market. This is the predicate. Here you can see the verb. Whereas if you see in the subject, you will never have a verb. That is the thing that you need to remember. Now let's look at some examples where the subject is omitted. Close the door. Get out. Come here. Throw it out. In all these sentences, could you find the subject? No. The subject is omitted. When you say close the door, you are telling to someone who is with you. Here the person who is speaking is the first person and the person to whom you are speaking is the second person. In such cases, the second person is you and the subject is you, whereas this is the predicate. Again, get out. You are telling to someone who is with you. So that person is the subject, you, right? Second person. You will have to take into consideration the second person as the subject when the subject is omitted, right? Here all these sentences given here are the predicate, right? Now let us look at some examples where you have interrogative sentences. It is easy to find a subject in a statement, but when you come to interrogative sentences, some people find quite challenging to find the subject. Now we'll be seeing some examples. Is this your book? Are they attending the seminar? Did you do your homework? Do you like cake? How will you identify the subject in such interrogative sentences? A point to think. Simple. Rewrite the question into a statement and you can easily identify the subject. Now let us see some examples how we are changing the question into a statement and then we are identifying the subject. Now let's look at some examples of interrogative sentences. Here you have, is this your book? Are they attending the seminar? Did you do your homework? Do you like cake? Have you been to Anita's house? Now let us see how we are changing these interrogative sentences into statements. The first one, is this your book? This question, let us see how to change into a statement. This is your book. So when is this your book? This is the question. You are changing this into a statement. This is your book. So here, now is this easy to identify the subject? Of course. So here you are talking about this. So this is the subject. Is your book is the predicate. Now let us see the next example. Are they attending the seminar? How will you change this into a statement? Try changing. Okay, now let's see how it is changed. They are attending the seminar. Am I right? So here it has become easy. to identify the subject. Here this they is the subject, whereas are attending the seminar. This is predicate. Now let's see the next sentence. Did you do your homework? How will you rewrite this in a statement? Okay, let's see. You did do your homework. Now, can you identify the subject? Yes, you're right. You is the subject because we are talking about the second person you, and the remaining part is the predicate. Remember, when you are choosing the subject, you don't have verb, whereas in the predicate you have the verb. Did, do. This is the verb, right? Okay, now let's see another example. Do you like cakes? You do like cake. So here, which is the subject? You is the subject and this is the predicate. Now let's see the next sentence. Have you been to Anita's house? How will you change this into a statement? Okay, now check whether you're right. You have been to Anita's house. Now which is the subject? Absolutely. This is the subject, right? You is the subject and the remaining part is the predicate. I hope this is very easy for you, right? Okay. Now let's see some more examples. The first example for you, there are some interrogative sentences which I have written for you. Let's see the first one. Had he helped you? What are you doing? As you are seeing these questions, try changing into statements in your rough notebook. Where is your book? Where is Reena? How did you do it? Why are you late? Now, have you tried changing these into statements? Okay. Now let's see whether you are right. Okay. Had he, the first question is, had he helped you? Now let's see how you are able to change. He had helped you, right? So here, which is the subject? He is the subject and this part is the predicate. Now let's see the next one. What are you doing? How will you change this into statement? You are doing. Now when you are asking this question, what are you doing? You want some information, right? So when you are changing this into a statement, you are doing maybe something. You are doing some work. The reason is some work, or you are playing, whatever it may be. But about whom you are talking? You. So here you is the subject. The remaining part is the reason. It is telling about the subject. So these are the predicates. So here, what are you doing? Here, which is the subject? You is the subject. Did you understand? Now let's see another example. Where is your book? Here again, your book is somewhere. Your book is on the table, or your book is in the shelf, or your book is in the bag. So here you are talking about what? About the book. So here the subject is book and the remaining part is the predicate, right? Now let's see another example. Where is Reena? So here how will you change this? Let's see. Reena is somewhere. Reena is in the school, or Reena is in the park somewhere, right? So here in the park, in the school, in the theater, all these are the reasons. They are telling about Reena. So which is the subject here? Reena is the subject because we are talking about Reena. So in this question, which is the subject? Reena is the subject. The remaining part is the predicate, right? Now let's see the next question. How did you do it? How will you change into a statement? Sometimes changing interrogative sentences into a statement may look funny, but to identify the subject, this is the easiest way, right? Now let's see how we can do it. You do it. You did do it. Maybe the reason is somehow you did it, right? So here, which is the subject? You. So when such question occurs, you have to change into a statement, and then it will be easy for you to identify the subject. So here, you is the subject and the remaining part is the predicate, right? Now let's see the last sentence. Why are you late? Now how will you write this into a statement? Let's see. You are late. Maybe the reason, some other reason. So here you are talking about whom? You. So here you is the subject. Okay, I hope this video was fruitful to you and it has given you a clear understanding about the subject and the predicate. And also this might have helped you to identify subject in an interrogative sentence, right? Okay, in my next video I am going to discuss about kinds of sentences. So don't miss that video. Thank you for watching and keep learning with Jidya Galgi. For quiz, you can click the link given in the description box. Thank you.